Hi, today is December 21st, 2021. It is Christmas Day, so I have some time to give an update on Swedish model against COVID-19. And just in case you don't know what is Swedish model, and that is in the beginning of the pandemic, Swedes take really brief action, and they have life is more or less normal. They have very limited lockdown, so people have normal life. And so I'm very interested in follow this model to see what's the impact on this society, and especially the cases and deaths due to this COVID-19. Even so, at this moment, and the model, there's no Swedish model because Sweden actually take a more similar projects than the rest of the world. But the action in the beginning may have some impact in the future. So that's why I'm going to follow this model to see how this was going on and what is the impact on this pandemic in Sweden. So here's the data on today, December 21st, 2021. Is get from world meters, and that is you can see Sweden have total case and total deaths significantly higher than rest of the Nordic country, but the population is different. So here we just look at total cases in 1 million population and total deaths in 1 million population. So to have some kind of fair comparison. And Sweden total case in 1 million population is 124,000, and that's at this moment it's pretty close to Denmark, but it's 2 times higher than Norway and 3 times higher than Finland. When you look at total deaths, and that is Sweden have 1,494 cases. And that's about 3 times of Denmark and about 5 times Norway and Finland, so it's significantly higher. And that's apparently that this high cases and high deaths may be due to the action taken by Swedes, and they take the policy of relax. So the more people get infected, and of course that will increase the chance of deaths. And at this moment, maybe it's more fair to have a look at dynamic of the entire process. Here we just look at cases in 1 million population. And since the pandemic, I recall this data of almost every 2 months. And so in all these countries, in the last year from April to reach this year around June, the almost total case reached plateau. And so in Sweden, they have limited increase. However, that in recent months, and most recent months, the number in other Nordic countries like Denmark, they have about 100% increase, almost double. And Norway about 8%, and also Finland about 6-7% increase cases of the COVID-19 infection. And this all cases is most result of omicron. And so that is the cases because. And that is hard to explain because Sweden and all other Nordic countries almost take similar approach. But Sweden have only about 10% increased cases, and most so from Omicron. And then Denmark has about 100% increase. And that's really interesting data. What we can see, I can explain to this is that in Sweden there's about more than 10% of people get natural infection, 10% of the total population. And due to natural infection, maybe have much stronger immunity against the new variant, Omicron. So that you can see that only about 10% of increase in this Omicron pandemic. And we know that among all the nordic countries, the vaccine rate is almost the same. And we know the vaccine just have this against this spike protein. So the efficacy of this vaccine against Omicron may be limited. So that's why. And in Denmark, there was a significant increase of new cases. And even so, the population we vaccinate with this vaccine and based on spike protein, but the vaccine have very limited effect. However, in Swedish population, because in the population about 10 to 20% of people are already infected with this virus, and they have some kind of a natural immunity against this new variant, the Omicron. And so that's really interesting phenomenon. That's one advantage for Swedes, which can take a relaxed approach. So then much more population have natural infection. Natural infection have much strong immunity against new variant. And I think in the future, there's going to have some scientific data to prove this. What we need to look at the data is that very, very important parameter we need to look is that the deaths. And you can see that the death rate during the entire pandemic, and even so, the significant increase new cases, but death rate is almost reached plateau, and there's no significant increase in Sweden. And also in Denmark, you can see Denmark have about 100% increase in new cases. And however, the new deaths about 10 to 20%, so it's a slight increase. And same is held to Norway and Finland, they have slight increase of new deaths. And that indicates the new variant Omicron may not have caused very serious illness or cause deaths. And that's, of course, the new variant is bad news, but the new variant not cause deaths among the population is good news. And the good news is that maybe the new variant just like a common cold or just like a natural vaccination, and that will give us some kind of protection for new virus, new variants. And that's, yeah, it's really, really exciting to follow the Swedish model and follow the virus and to see how this would develop, how this will evolve. And I'm going to continue to document this data to see how this will come out in the future. And Swedish model may have some advantage in this from this data, because the population given natural infection and have high advantage, they have much strong immunity against new variant. And I wish that we're going to have more scientific approval on this, and I'm going to give you a report in due time. And thank you very much for your attention. I will see you in my next video. Bye.